Bitches was coming at you about choking because they had too much ammo for you. So it's like, I wasn't there. Now, damn sure ain't gonna come to somebody about they.
Y'all won't believe the tension that was thick enough to cut with a knife during what was supposed to be just another day of filming. The cameras were rolling, lights were blazing, and the crew was all there. But honey, let me tell you what was really going down between Yandy and Rasheeda. Listen closely, because this tea is scalding hot. These two women who used to be thick as thieves were locked in a showdown that had been brewing for ages. Now, we all know Yandy's always been that girl who carries herself with strength and dignity, but tonight, baby, her legendary composure was hanging by a thread. Let me spill all the details about this messy situation. See, Rasheeda and Yandy's friendship has always been complicated, especially when it comes to M. There's this undeniable connection between Rasheeda and M. We're talking history, chemistry, all that good stuff that's been simmering under the surface for years. But when M got involved with Yandy, child, that's when everything started shifting. At first, Rasheeda tried to play it cool and supportive, but let's be real. She started side-eyeing M's choices real quick. And now, with those cameras capturing every single moment, Yandy was practically radiating heat as Rasheeda's words cut deeper than a knife. This wasn't your typical friendly shade or playful banter, honey. This was pure, unfiltered drama. You see, over time, Rasheeda's attitude about M's decisions just kept getting nastier and nastier. And now, she wasn't holding anything back. Every single look, every word that came out of her mouth was aimed straight at Yandy like arrows, as if Yandy's relationship with M was some kind of personal betrayal. Are you really going to sit here and defend him, Yandy? Rasheeda's voice was dripping with disbelief. You're still going to act like he's your knight in shining armor after everything he's done? Now let me tell you what happened next. Even though Yandy's blood was practically boiling, she tried her absolute best to keep it together. But trust me, you could tell this wasn't the right time for all that self-control. The way Rasheeda was coming at her felt like a full-on attack, questioning everything from her judgment to her life choices. Why do you always have something to say about M? Yandy finally snapped back. See, Rasheeda had made it her personal mission to point out every single one of M's flaws and blame him for everything wrong in their lives. And even though Yandy tried to keep her voice steady, the emotion and frustration she'd been bottling up made her words shake. Don't sit here and try to act like you know what's best for me, Yandy continued, her voice rising. I'm the one who has to deal with his mistakes, his baggage, and his past. You've been in this relationship for far too long. When Rasheeda had the audacity to laugh and roll her eyes, that was IT for Yandy. She had reached her absolute limit, and honey, she wasn't about to back down, not when her whole life was on the line. You've all always had your opinions, Yandy exploded, but you've been observing from the sidelines, criticizing him and me. You've never been in our position. You don't know what we've been through. I've had to forgive. Her voice got louder with every single word. The tension between these two women was electric. Years of unspoken jealousy and rivalry over M had finally bubbled to the surface. This wasn't just about M anymore. Rasheeda's presence in his life had awakened something deeper, something that had been festering for years. You think you're the only one who's had to deal with this mess? Rasheeda fired back, her eyes narrowed with pure anger. You think I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with someone who's always making mistakes? He's hurt both of us, and I'm tired of seeing you pretend like he's changed. You're letting him drag you down, Yandy. Those words hit Yandy like a slap across the face. For a split second, she wanted to absolutely lose it on Rasheeda for all the pain she'd caused. But you know what? She refused to give anyone, especially those cameras, the satisfaction of seeing her break down. Still, it felt like her whole world was crumbling around her. She tried so hard to keep everything together for so long, but Rasheeda's constant meddling and all this drama had finally pushed her to the edge. Their voices got louder and nastier as they hurled accusations back and forth. The poor crew just stood there watching, completely helpless, knowing they were witnessing years of friendship dissolving right before their eyes. Finally, Yandy stormed off, exhausted and furious, while the cameras kept rolling to catch every bit of drama. Rasheeda's anger was still simmering, but for Yandy, this was just the beginning of her real battle. It wasn't even about M or Rasheeda anymore. It was about figuring out how to piece her messy life back together and learning who she could actually trust, including herself. Now, let me spill some real tea. Word on the street is that Yandy's fight to keep her family together is completely lost. People are saying M is so done with calling her his wife that he's run right back to Erica. Yes, you heard that right. His true love. And honey, this situation is getting ugly. Some folks are even saying they might have been legally married this whole time. Between us, Yandy's pride is the only thing keeping her in this marriage at this point. Now that M's moved in with Erica, she's lost all control. Not only is she calling M out for hurting her feelings, but she's also sending Erica a crystal clear message to stay away from her man, or else there's going to be serious drama when they meet face to face. If you haven't heard this piping hot tea yet, sit down because I've got a story to tell. Let me break it down for you. Mendices was released from prison earlier this year after serving time for drug-related charges. During his entire time behind bars, Yandy was out here holding everything down by herself, managing it all with his support. Everyone thought that after all her sacrifices and dedication, while he was locked up, Yandy would finally get to enjoy her marriage in peace. They even went to therapy to try fixing their relationship problems. But you know what they say, once a cheater, always a cheater. Instead of showing loyalty to Yandy after she kept his family together, Mendices chose to run straight to her biggest rival, Erica. And if you're wondering why Erica and Yandy have been at each other's throats for years, let me tell you, it's because Mendices refused to set boundaries with Erica. This love triangle between them has been nothing but drama. Yandy's been living in complete denial about her marriage for the longest time. Deep down, she knows Mendices is still seeing Erica and hasn't been honest with her, but her pride and ego have her convinced she's the only woman in his life. She's amazing at putting on this perfect facade like everything's fine, but honey, we all know the truth. Let's not forget, Erica was in Mendices' life way before Yandy came into the picture. When things weren't going well for him, he needed someone stable and loving. According to Samantha, Erica was one of the few women he truly loved. Erica herself spilled all the tea about how they used to live together, had matching passports, traveled the world, and she even met his whole family. She was ride or die, even helping take care of his first child when Samantha wasn't around. Despite being married to Yandy, Mendices kept his connection with Erica alive and well. Now that he's out of prison and financially stable, word on the street is that he's completely dumped Yandy, moved out of their home and started fresh with Erica. And let's be honest, Yandy doesn't deserve this treatment from Mendices after everything she's done. She fixed all his problems, held him down, and got caught up in all this baby mama drama. He had the nerve to tell her straight up that he was only in the marriage out of duty, not love. Can you believe he even admitted that if the roles were reversed, he never would have supported her or held the family down the way she did for him? This woman put up with disrespect from Mendices' mother and worked her fingers to the bone raising his children.
Them bitches was coming at you about children because they had too much ammo for you. So it's like, I wasn't there. Now, damn sure ain't gonna come to somebody about
Now, let me tell you what happened with Mendices' mother, Judy. When things got out of hand, Mendices went to confront his mother, but Judy had the audacity to claim she was provoked. Mendices knew his mother had crossed the line, so he told her, "I love you, but I can't let this continue." He asked her to leave, making it clear that respect wasn't up for negotiation. Even though this decision tore him up inside, he had to put his family's safety and stability first. Judy was absolutely furious about being kicked out, thinking it would teach them a lesson. The whole family was emotionally shattered when she left, and while Mendices felt guilty, he stood his ground. Yandy opened up to her close friends about the fight, expressing how fed up she was with Judy's constant hostility. "I've always tried to make things work," she confided, "but I can't continue to tolerate this disrespect in my own home." In a private moment, Mendices confided in a close friend that while he loved his mother deeply, he couldn't let her hurt the woman he chose to spend his life with. He started questioning if he could have handled things differently. Meanwhile, Judy turned to her own support system, feeling completely cut off from her son and convinced that Yandy was playing some kind of game. Through tears, she cried, "I raised him. How can he choose her over me?" This dramatic moment between Yandy and Judy added yet another layer to the ongoing saga of the Harris family, showing just how complicated it is to balance love, loyalty, and respect in a blended family. The conflict affected not just their immediate family, but the entire cast of Love and Hip Hop, with cast members from Atlanta sharing their thoughts, some backing Yandy, others understanding Judy's perspective as a mother feeling pushed aside. Now, for years on Love and Hip Hop New York, Mendeecees Harris and Yandy Smith appeared to be this unbreakable power couple. They stuck together through everything: legal troubles, prison time, and seemed to handle fame, family, and public scrutiny like champions. But let me tell you something. Appearances can be so deceiving. Those little cracks in their perfect relationship, they've turned into a massive chasm after what Mendeecees just revealed. It all started when Mendeecees posted these cryptic messages on social media hinting that his marriage was in trouble. Fans were speculating like crazy, but nobody could have predicted the storm that was coming. Then, out of nowhere, Mendeecees dropped a video that left everyone absolutely speechless. He claimed that Carlos King, this big-time reality TV producer who's worked with everyone, wasn't just Yandy's professional connection. Oh no. Mendeecees shared screenshots of emails and texts supposedly between Yandy and Carlos that were way too intimate for comfort. We're talking messages like, "I can't stop thinking about you," and talks about their relationship that definitely didn't sound professional. Not only that, but Mendeecees came with receipts, photos from supposed private meetings between Yandy and Carlos. While some people said the pictures could be innocent, Mendeecees painted a completely different picture in his live stream. Yandy finally responded, heartbroken that Mendeecees would air their private issues. She admitted being close to Carlos but insisted it was purely professional. "He's been a mentor and friend," she explained. "It's unfair to twist our working relationship into something it's not. I've supported Mendeecees through everything, so these accusations feel like a complete betrayal." Carlos King broke his silence with a carefully worded statement denying any inappropriate relationship with Yandy. "I've always respected her professionally and as a friend," he stated, expressing disappointment at being dragged into their marital drama. The scandal has affected their children, who've become caught in this media circus. While some friends support the couple, others are pushing for therapy. Given Yandy's history of standing by Mendeecees during his legal troubles, some say she deserves the benefit of doubt. Others believe Mendeecees' claims, citing his evidence. At a family dinner, tensions exploded when Mendeecees' son accused Yandy of cheating, leading to a heated confrontation. The situation became so intense that Mendeecees physically struck his son, forcing him to leave the house. While Yandy supported Mendeecees' decision, she confessed to friends, "I feel like I've lost part of my family." The drama continues as Yandy refuses to let Mendeecees ruin her success, especially given that she never filed their marriage paperwork. At the Grand Awards and on Love and Hip Hop, people question whether she's truly been the devoted wife she portrays on camera. Now everyone's wondering, is Yandy really cheating on Mendeecees, or is this all just another reality TV plot twist? Only time will tell how this explosive situation plays out for the Harris family.